YouTubers, hey, welcome back. So first, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. Hope you're enjoying your day. These are going to be the generalized relationship messages for May 14th, 2017, Sunday. Okay? So I just want to start off by saying, I meditated today for a little bit, and, the energies they're just really scattered. There's so much worry still going on. There's worry in all areas. It's not even just in relationships. I'm picking up there's a lot of worry around finances, career paths, um, these relationships. Things are just starting to actually, in a sense, hit people in different ways where, we're focusing back on a circumstance or a situation, but now the lesson is starting to surface from that situation where people are now like learning the lesson, and it's in regards to the way that they feel. I'm looking at my laptop right now. It says 234. So let's look at it this way. 234 are steps, okay? Steps in the process. So, what I was just literally saying was something happened. We're now focusing there, but getting in tune with our feelings in regard to that circumstance and situation, and that's how healing takes place. Because when we ignore our feelings and base it off that situation or circumstance, we tend to blame the other person for the way that we feel. But the thing is that those feelings continue to surface, and what's happening is people are starting to be reminded of past situations where they blamed the other person or were fearful of that other person and thought, whatever, like that person didn't really care about you or like you that way, so you kind of push them away, vice versa. And now it's starting to come to the realization that it wasn't actually the person, it was me. I was afraid. And that person was just as afraid as I was. Those are the energies that I'm picking up today, which is causing a lot of like worry and anxiety, those kind of like energies. But understand, everything's working out always. Just tell yourself that. Everything always works out for me. Okay? Everything always works out for me. Don't reminisce on past circumstances and situations, but just be reminded that you've been to places before that were terrible and everything worked out. Right? So don't convince yourself that things aren't going to work out. They're always working out for the betterment of you, and it's not to focus on the negativity of the circumstance or situation, but to understand the feelings attached to it and get rid of them because they don't serve you, okay? So let's do the angel messages for today. And then I'm going to do, obviously, the romance angels and then, throw some cartomancy cards on it in order to see what is the pathway today. Like, where are you at right now? And on that pathway, if it resonates with you, where you're headed. If you don't like what comes up on the pathway, as you are the creator of your reality and your, life. This is just what's going on, and if it resonates with you, you have the power to change where it's headed if you feel inclined to do so, or if you are happy with where the path comes up and, that's where it's headed, then stay there, keep going, and I'll always indicate that, or I will give you another avenue or outlet in order to change that, or the guidance and advice that, comes through to me. Again, these are not my opinions. It's just, I always say it is what it is. But if it is what it is and you don't like what is, you have the power to change it always, okay? So it's just where you're focused at in your mind that's transmitting energy out, okay? So let's see what the angel messages are for today for relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm speaking of relationships with yourself and also in regards to the other person that you are thinking about, okay? Yep. If you want to scroll through the shuffling, you can. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Straight up onto the floor. Again. Guess I need to work on my abs. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, check this. I mean, this is just, I knew it. I don't know what in the world's on the floor, though. But I already freaking knew what this was about when I saw these two angel message cards here. This is going to be for divine soulmates and definitely twin flames. So this doesn't exclude anybody from any sort of relationship, okay? But if you feel like you've met the lover of your soul and you've been in separation, or, you know, your twin flame and you need to get out and start doing your, you know, work in regards to what it is that, you know, your spiritual soul self is calling you to do. This is what this is getting at from what I can see so far, which is why I think there's so much anxiety in these feelings, because it's like they're getting stirred. They've been stirred, but it's like people are really starting to feel it now, which it's exactly what is going on. So that'll be it. I'll be back. That was easy. And that's that. And there's something over here. Okay. That was the last part. All right, let's get a pathway. I'm just going to do this. I don't know what these are. Let's do this. Relationship 2014, 2017, regards to relationships, divine. Ooh, relationships. Boom. Beautiful. Soulmate connections. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Even though it's not 2, 3, 4, I mean, I'm telling you right now, there's a pathway, steps. It's literally steps. This is universal, so the energies, whether you're masculine, feminine, doesn't matter. Your element doesn't matter. You know who you are, okay, in this. I'm going to be reading any sort of court cards that come out as energy, not as a specific sign and or masculine or feminine. It's going to be an energy, okay? Okay, here we go. I'm just looking at pathway in this present moment in regards to these relationships and what is coming up in that path as of now. Whoa, wow, check that. Okay, I mean, that was crazy. That has never happened to me before, where two cards literally came out and flew in two opposite directions, and I don't know what it is. Crazy, crazy. Okay, that's it. I love it. I can see this one. I have no idea what that other one is. Ugh. Here we go. I'm sorry. I'm coming. Jesus. Okay. Hold on, let me think. Let me pick up where I'm supposed to put it. Okay, this is what I'm told. Like this. Okay. First angel message card. I'm sorry, someone's cutting the grass. I apologize if you can hear that. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Here goes all those anxious energies, okay? What do I do? What's going on? You know, I'm here, but I want to be here. How do I get there? You know, and as I intuitively stated, it's not about what happened in the past. It's ridding yourself of those feelings. So this card came out. When did this card come out? This card came out yesterday in one of my readings. I can't remember which one, but this is indicating, I'm so sorry about the, you know, it's like Truman Show, right? I'm doing this, and now we got to mow the lawn right outside the freaking window. It's fine. I didn't even hear it before I started. I would have waited. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. So there's a lot of introspection going on right now in these relationships. And it doesn't matter if you're masculine, feminine. It is the connection itself where both people are looking inside of themselves now and saying, you know, what do I do before I go further with this, before making that communication? And I did those communication readings yesterday, you know, and it, like, this all resonates together. And I have, like, full-on goosebumps, like goosies right now, like, going down my legs where, as I indicated before, there's a lot of, like, grounding that needs to take place where it's like people are like, like, scattered all over the place. That's that anxiety, scattered feelings I'm getting. But it's like, you know, you got to kind of center yourself, ground yourself, and, like, really look inside of yourself in relation to how it is that you feel towards that person, but do not use the person as the focal point to the reason why you ever felt happy or sad. But by using them, okay, the feelings that were ignited within you. So when you felt that emotional excitement with that person, remember that emotional excitement came from within you. And when you felt sad in the unfolding of things and the separation happened and there were circumstances and situations that arose that made you feel upset, take that and rid yourself of that, because those are your feelings that were ignited within you, triggered within you, and they were a reflection of the other person, okay? The second angel card to come out is Ariel. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open up through study, prayer, and meditation. What was I just talking about? Looking within yourself, okay? Because when you look at within yourself and start to understand yourself more, you are really opening up the gateways to your spirituality and how you are affecting the world around you by the energies that you're giving off, and your energies come from your mind, your belief. It has nothing to do with the other people. It has to do with the way that your mind is in relation to how you feel. And when you understand when you don't feel well about a situation, it's actually those lower energies you're holding within yourself based off of a belief, okay? Again, I'm not here to change your beliefs. I'm just here to have you think on it. Look within yourself, because you look for answers with outside yourself and you can find guidance. But the answers are always within you, because you're with you every single day till the day that you leave here. You're with you. You have the answers, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have Acacia. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. I'm telling you right now, like, there are twin flames that are watching my readings and these divine partnerships. And, you know, these soulmate connections are literally what twin flames are. They are awakening to pure unconditional love in the relation to their counterpart, and that person is a direct mirrored image of everything that you desire and everything that's undesirable in the way that you feel. And twin flames come back into union once they are completed within themselves in mind, body, spirit, soul, heart. All chakras are in alignment, and your mind cannot be holding on to any more negative ways of thinking in regards to how we relate to other people. Union happens when both hit a heightened consciousness, where then their union cannot be torn apart or broken by the negativity that surrounds, and they go off onto whatever their mission is. Everybody's is different, but you cannot wait around for your twin to get on mission. If your twin awakened your gifts, your worry and desire for your twin to return holds you back from actually ridding yourself of the false belief that another person is responsible for the way that you feel. And twin flame relationships are not about sex. They're not based off of those lower energies. They're actually based off of pure unconditional love. And that's what sex is about. Sex isn't about screwing 15 people. Sex is not about, getting off. It's a heightened state of awareness within self where you are sharing energies with someone, and it physically feels good, but it's that deep, it's so deep, it's insane, okay? But the lower base, like hooking up with people or just using people for sex, like those are all lower based energies. They are. We are not objects. We are not to be used in that manner. That's what makes people feel bad about themselves. They were only good enough to have sex with. No. It's perception. It's your belief. It's the fears. Okay? Fear, 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 fear. Everything you want on the other side of fear. Every single thing. And when you're fearful of an outcome, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that the outcome is going to be the complete opposite of the desire, because that is the signal that you're putting out. When you are fearful of something, understand that that is your challenge and test in order to get past that fear to get to the desire. And if you fall victim to your fears, what you want you cannot have. You've got to face the fears and understand you are worthy of anything and everything you want, and I don't care what it is. It's a belief that it's outside of you. It's unattainable. Everything you want's attainable. It's your fear. And that's where everything you want's on the other side of fear, right? Everything you want's on the other side of fear. That is correct. But do you fall victim to the belief in the worthiness of having it? Or do you actually look at that fear as nothing but a challenge and say, I face every challenge and I conquer every challenge in my life? It's a test on your path. Twin flames, you're going through the test of time. There is no time in the spiritual realm. It's moment to moment to moment to moment. So the test of time in regards to you guys coming back together in full-on union is how long does it take you to get on full-on union with yourself and start to help others without the attachment to the physicality in the third dimensional realm that you need to physically be with that person in order to feel happy. You don't. And once you do, that's when the divine can then coordinate the synchronicities in order for the twin flames to come back to each other. And when they see each other, they see nothing but purity. They don't have any fear there. They don't fear each other anymore. They don't fear the hurt that they believed before that that person could cause them. There's nothing that lies in between the two that can break them apart. I'm sorry, but I just had to, I told you I'm an intuitive, and I go off on banters, and sometimes I don't even remember what I just said, but it was real life, okay? Bottom of the deck, we got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. The first set of cards to come out here. You guys ready? Are you ready for this? And if you're just watching this, I know these cards are beat, okay? Don't matter. I should just use these forever and not use the new ones. I'm kidding. Just because. Y'all want this, right? This is what you want. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Yeah. This is the person. This is the person. You're deceiving yourself. Whoever this is for, who wants the reconciliation? Both. Who knows the person's the one? Both. Who's deceiving themselves by chatter of others? One, the other, or both. But the only person that you're lying to is yourself. You're deceiving yourself by not opening up your feelings. And I understand what this card says. It says, let your friends help you. But let me tell you something right now. I'm picking up two messages, and I'm going to state both. And if they resonate, they resonate. If they don't, the messages aren't for you. But I'm going to tell you this right now. This deception that has happened, and it's been in many of readings, is based off of gossip and other people's opinions, off of what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. It'll never work out. You can't do this. This person isn't for you, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care what was said. But you know inside of you that you feel differently. So the person you're deceiving is yourself. And you're being deceived by others to keep you apart from true love. And that is the test. The test is, how do you feel? Not using others for excuses on why you are not doing what it is that you want to do with your life. You understand? The only person that can wear a false mask in the relationship is you. And the only person that you're wearing a mask for is you. Because of your fears of being yourself and taking the mask off and being your true divine self without worrying about friends judging, family judging. Another way that I am also reading this is that you were deceived and or you deceived another because of your fears. But now you have friends looking into the situation for you, or you're asking friends about this person that you feel deceived by and or you deceived, and wondering how you can get back to them in order to reconcile. Boom. These four cards fell out, but I will tell you what card fell out prior to that. Yes, this is your soulmate. The person that you want to reconcile with, you know, is the one for you, and your feelings are real and worth exploring. That's what, what was at the bottom of the deck. So you want to reconcile with the person that you believe is the one, and this is confirming that, yes, this is your twin flame, lover of your soul, whoever the person is that ignited your feelings within you. There wasn't something going on for 3 to 4 years and people were basically tearing each other to shreds. That's a completely different karmic relationship. This is somebody that you met. It was quick. This is for that group of people that come here to, listen to my readings because you know who you are. You know that you know who you are, okay? So here we go. Love yourself first. What have I been preaching? What do I always preach about? Because this is honest. If there's anything that you ever take with you from me, ever in your entire life, please understand, this is what this being here is about. It is not a selfish love. It is a purity of love within yourself. You cannot unconditionally love another person if you hold conditions on another person loving you in order to feel good. That is not unconditional love. That is conditional love. And when somebody does not show you the love that you feel that they should be showing you in order to feel good, you are putting a condition on yourself, and that is not unconditional, pure love of self. That is the only thing that if I ever can reach the whole entire world to say is that is what I want you to know. And that is how unconditional love is shared. Period. Love yourself first. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Moment to moment to moment to moment. That's how you attract things into your life. Law of attraction. You attract things into your life by the enjoyment. When you're not enjoying your moments, more things come to you that are unenjoyable. You find this lifetime to be bullshit. Everything's shit for me. But you need to understand that every single moment is a moment that you can change the way that you're viewing or concentrating on something. If you are focusing your energies on something that is not feeling good to you, go focus your energy somewhere else. The solution will then come to those lower energy feelings because you are now not focusing on it. You're not holding it apart from the understanding and the solution of it. You back away from it and the solution will appear where you will be triggered and you will go, I felt like this before, but this was in a completely different situation and circumstance, because it's not the situations and the circumstances, it's the feeling itself. And when you sit Look at it this way. Have you ever tried to find something and you knew it was right here and you're looking and you're looking and you're looking and you can't find it because you're freaking out, scattered energies, I can't find it, but it was literally laying right here. And if you would have just backed up for a second and calmed down, you would have seen it. But you couldn't see it because of how hard you were looking for it. Attraction, it's energies. You're a magnet. Are you pulling it towards you or are you pushing it away? Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This passion you felt with this soulmate, when your heart and soul was singing with joy, was your heart and soul singing with joy, and they're singing with joy, and you guys were playing music together. Look at it as music. You are in synchronization of playing music. Think of when an orchestra is playing and someone is off key, and it's like, ah, right? And now everybody's blaming that person, right? It's because they were not in alignment with themselves at that time. They were too worried about what was going on around them, and they didn't focus on what they were doing. They were too focused on others, and they lost themselves by worrying about being in synchronization rather than just being in synchronization with self, and they lost the key. Well said. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. What is that? Love. It is the highest energy. It is what creates worlds. It is joy. It's fulfillment. It's love. You say I love you. You say I love you to someone. You're saying I love you because I love me. And when someone's not saying I love you to you, you feel not loved, not worthy of love because someone's not. No. You're not in alignment with yourself. Neither is that person. And you're triggering each other. Why don't you love me anymore? Because you stopped loving yourself. You got out of alignment. Now you're starting to wake up and realize that it's impossible to love another person if you don't love yourself fully. And it's not about being conceited or vanity. That's egotistical. I'm speaking on the deep soul level of love. Here. And you can get frustrated, you can get mad, and you can cry. Of course. Because you're releasing. But don't carry the feelings with you and bury them deep, because then you're going to meet a soul counterpart who's going to be able to trigger those feelings. These soulmates and twin flames that met each other triggered some feelings within each other in such a short amount of time that you look at it and you think that you're freaking nuts, and you've been with other people since then who have not been able to make you think twice about yourself, right? You're just like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be with you. But that person you can't stop thinking about, that was the person who could do it to you, because it's your direct soul counterpart. It's the lover of your soul. They love you just as much as you need to understand that you love yourself, and vice versa. You love that person based off of what that feeling was that you shared, but the lack of understanding is that it's the belief attached that that person took it away from you when they separated. They took nothing from you. They ignited that inside of you because you desired to have that connection, and they did too at the same exact time, and synchronization was at play, and they came into your life, and that's why, because of that desire, your counterpart desired the same, and it was like a light igniting. And then guess what happened? Fears from the past, residual energies, that love and pain are two of the same. I'm here to tell you, they have nothing to do with each other. It's perception, beliefs that we have to earn love, we have to earn validation, we have to earn worth from others, which is why people have not been doing what they want to do with their lives. They come to me, they ask me questions. You know, I've been behind this desk for 20 years of my life, but I feel inclined to go do this. I'm like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's get a plan together. Let's get a game plan together on how you're going to exit this part of your life and get to the part of your life that you truly enjoy, because the doors are going to start opening for you as we take the steps forward. It is law. It is law. It is law. I'm telling you. I've been doing it my whole entire life, and before I even knew what I was doing, understanding it so deep, once I started to understand it, now I know when I'm out of alignment. I'm not on my way to my desires. They're being held apart from me. So I got to stop, look within myself, meditate, think about it. Why do you feel like this? You've been feeling like this your whole entire life, based off of what? You can't control how other people treated you in the past. They were circumstances and situations, and those residual energies were chosen to be kept with you based off of another person treating you a certain way, with the lack of understanding that the reason why that person was treating you that way is because of the lack of love they have within themselves, and you guys were just sharing those negative energies. Very soon. I love it. I could cry right now. I could freaking cry. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want for you so that it comes to you now. I didn't see 2, 3, 4 on the clock. I did it, and talking about steps, and what just showed up here for me with these cartomancy cards for you guys. Like, seriously, by the understanding that it's safe for you to love and where love comes from, by what I just explained to you, your heart and soul sang with joy. From the passion you already have within yourself that you attracted into your life with this direct counterpart. And by understanding that you love yourself first, this is where the reconciliation with the soulmate and the counterpart of your lover of your soul and twin flame comes back into you. Your heightening psychic abilities. You need to get on mission to help counsel others in the deeper understanding of what it is that you have learned through your life and how you have been duped into believing that love is shared, not shared, but given and earned. And it's been holding people back. And telling you what, right now, the pressure is on. This is why I told you today, I've been meditating about this. And I'm like, oh my God, like these energies are like out of whack. And it's people starting to wake up, but not understanding it completely, going online, reading books. There's contrast all over. One person believes this, one person believes that, and whatever. And I told you before, I'm not here to change your beliefs. I'm here to ask you to think on it. If you've been doing something the same entire way your whole entire life and it's not working for you, and you've been getting into these karmic relationships and they all the outcome ends up the same, but now you met somebody who just happened to come into your life and you haven't been able to detach yourself like you have in the past with these karmic relationships, because that was the direct reflection of all of your desires and all of your hurt and pain that needs to be released, and that is why the pressure is on. Forced to break down these established patterns that you created in order to have what it is that your heart always desired. And the universe and the angels, guides, whatever you believe in, is not malicious. I say that every single day. It is not a malicious energy. It was an energy, and they want you to pass the test. Can you do this? Can you truly love yourself without worrying about what anybody else thinks about, what clothes are on your back, what hairstyle you choose to wear, what color your skin is, what religion? I don't care about any of that stuff. Are you for real with you? Do you get dressed for you every day, or do you get dressed because you're worried about what the world thinks about you? Do you pick out your lipstick color based off of what somebody else said they don't like it on you, or do you wear it because you're like, I like it? Do you wear clothes in order to feel good about yourself, or do you get dressed in order to attract other people's perceptions of you? I feel like people's minds are like, holy shit. Because guess what? You're feeling pressured and forced back to break down these established patterns. Why? Because you need to learn to love yourself first. And once that happens, victory. And the angels are bringing you the person that you believe is the person that is your soulmate, and you're here wondering if it is, and I'm here to tell you, yes. I'm never yelling at anybody. I'm a very passionate person, so if you feel like I'm yelling at you, I deeply apologize. I'm a motivator. I'm a very passionate person, and it boils my blood, and my soul is like screaming just to help anybody and everybody I can, because people are so damaged and hurt and depressed, and I'm like, I know what it feels like to be there. I know what it feels like to be there over and over and over again, not understanding why no one likes you, why no one loves you. I know. And what do you got to do? Once you free yourself of this clogged energy that you're feeling the pressure, it's time to take back control of your life. You dress for you. You do things based off of how you feel good in the doing of those things, and your direct counterpart, who was in your life before, who is somebody who you probably were like, never go after, but gave them a chance, and you were like, holy, I went outside of my comfort zone. I normally would never date this kind of guy or girl. And then all those fears, and then you went back to the person who was comfortable, the person you were always used to, and guess what? That person wasn't for you. And now you guys are like just sitting around like, oh my God, what do I do? I need to get this person back. You need to get right with you, and guess what's going to happen? This reconciliation is going to be divinely coordinated in order for you guys to get back together. okay? Free yourself of these clogged up energies and victory is yours. It always was going to be, but you had to learn the deepest lesson of all. And that lesson is where love really comes from. And the reason why Bridget came out first, caution is warranted, look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Do you understand the message behind this? People get upset by this, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is not, angels are not malicious. Their messages on the cards are not malicious whatsoever. What Bridget is saying to you right now is, you want to take action towards this person. But if you take action towards this person, before you understand the deepest lesson of all, which is love yourself first, and releasing all these lower negative energies, that person ever was empowered to hurt you, okay? They just triggered those emotions within you and left you with them in order to figure them out. It was divinely coordinated that way, okay? What Bridget is cautioning is that if that deepest lesson isn't learned and you take a outside of self action, meaning you choose on an egotistical level, I got to contact this person because I need validation, you're not going to get that validation because you're jumping ahead of yourself. You have to do the full-on healing and clearing, and when you do, there is no attachment or worry as to when this person's going to contact you. You just know that they are. That's it. You just go, I feel so much better in the knowing that that person came into my life in order to help me heal, and I'm so grateful to have met them because I got to meet my true divine self, and guess what I get to do now? I get to go enjoy my life and be free. Free yourself, right? I get to be free in the knowing that they'll be back when they free themselves. And if you're holding on to lower energies, you best believe that so are they because you're sharing it. One's got to loosen, cut that grip, cut that cord of negative. Circle of life, man. Here we go. Thinking. Thoughts stuck in the mind. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? I just told you how to fix it. I did. Because this is all you need to trust in. Those feelings are mutual because they were shared. They were not given, and that person did not take anything away from you that you didn't already carry within yourself. It was the thought and the perception that another person is the reason why you live your life every day. You live your life for you, and you come into a direct connection with somebody who lives their life for them, and you guys just share in the enjoyment of knowing that, and you are like, you're the bomb, I'm the bomb. We are just this power source that nobody can screw with because we know ourselves so freaking well that nobody could ever come over here and say one negative word about you because that means they're talking about me negatively, that I can't see for myself the true nature of the person that I'm directly connected to. That's what that's about. So all that chatter and that negative talk was all in order to deceive your true feelings of self, that you weren't worthy of the relationship that you desired, and that person was bad, or they are just a terrible person, or that'll never work out. And you're like, but I wanted to. No, it can't. Now you've just been feeling the pressure because you're being pulled back to self-worth and belief that other people do not control your life and how you feel. And this other person is a direct reflection of everything you ever wanted and everything that you needed to rid yourself of. Do that. Detach the worry about this person. They hold no power over you. You are in power of you at all times and only you. And you will be divinely rewarded. I know that. Work, a lot of work, because I'll tell you what right now. Below this, romantic feelings, we got finances and career. Now, if you listen to I did a metaphysical video yesterday. I'm telling you right now, like, if you didn't watch it, if you're not into stuff like that, then, just scroll through to get to the end of it for the twin flame stuff. But I talk on deep levels. I told you I'm deep. I'm not a surface type of person. Like, I'm deep, okay? So, in that twin flame reading, and this is also pointing towards twin flames. So this twin flame reading, I said before about finances and career being an issue between these relationships, and it's due to the fact that you're on this spiritual path and people are trying to do these like career paths, like I'm going to go be a lawyer, and that not that there's anything wrong with being a lawyer, okay? We need lawyers. I'm saying these are the divine partnerships that are being pulled to do spiritual work, but they're afraid of what family and friends could be thinking about them, perceiving them, thinking that they're wacko, like, you know, oh, you're going to go off and be a shaman or a Reiki healer. Yeah, they are, because that's why they're here. Things are changing, okay? So you're on this spiritual path, but you're worried about your finances and your career. And what this is indicating here is that you're clogging energies by doing this work towards whatever. And it's almost as if, like I said yesterday, last night, and it's no coincidence because we're still in the same energies, you know. And it changes moment to moment to moment. It's surrounding energies, okay? Is that there's one or both of the twin flames are going off doing not spiritual work, and they're basically banging up against a wall because they're not breaking through on that path, and that's because the divine will never open that path for you. Understand that. If you've been trying to do a job that isn't what your soul is pulling you to do and you know it, but you're fearful of your family or friends judging you for the spiritual work that you need to do because that's why you came here, okay? The angels and guides are telling me that you are not going to get through down that path. And the more discouraged you become, the more awakened you're going to start to see things, okay? You're going to start seeing more and more signs of where you need to be pulled to. Like where you're being pulled to, I should say, but you're going to start seeing more and more signs towards that, and it's not going to leave you alone. And this path is not going to break open towards the path that you're not supposed to be on. And I don't preach about anything I don't know. I'm intuitively reading right now, but I already went through this, okay? Where I was trying to do something, yeah. And it's not that it wasn't a good idea, and it's not that I wasn't good at it. It was not what I was supposed to be doing because I was intuitively being guided, and I was fearful of being judged. But there is twin flames out there that are not on their spiritual path. And just as Ariel stated, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world. What did I just say? And I'm coming back to this card, and that's the way that it says, the way you view the world and yourself. So the thing is that you're trying to go down this path, and new psychic and spiritual experiences are going to start coming to you, and they're going to start changing the way that you're viewing the world and yourself, because you need to open up your spiritual gifts through study, prayer, and meditation in order to counsel others, help others, heal others, and awaken others to their spiritual gifts. That's what my divine mission is. My divine mission is to teach and to help and to motivate people to understand that everything that you feel intuitively guided to do and your belief is that it's weird or it's perceived or people told you could never do it, I'm here to tell you you can, and I'm here to help you do it. Do not be fearful and come talk to me. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about the man-made world around you. You will be abundantly rewarded if you are on a spiritual soul mission that you feel pulled to. I'm telling you, you gotta trust in the divine. They will never leave you. They will never leave you astray. They will give you lessons, and you'll feel like the world's malicious and all this other stuff. And, you know, the universe, sucks, law of attraction is real, God isn't real. Like, people just say those blasphemy things, And it's like, no, it is real. And the only reason you're going through this contrast in your life right now is because they want you to be strong, and they want you to be powerful, and they want you to push through the test, because what's waiting on the other side of it is abundance. I know this video is long and I've been talking a lot, but I'm telling you right now, I was guided to do this today. And it is what it is, and I'm not worried about the time anymore. If you don't want to watch it, it's too long for you, I'm sorry. But, I mean, there are messages in here that people are depressed, people are upset, worried, fearful, and I'm here to help you, period. Feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation. I can't break down this career path. No, you will not go that way. Because you need to heal your false beliefs that your family, friends, whoever told you you can't do that, or you're fearful of past beliefs. Hold on one second. Of course, it's the door. Okay, sorry about that. I have to hit the door. Okay, so healing family issues and the spiritual path and fighting up against this career path. is what is blocking this. So it's indicating here that you need to disconnect yourself from the world around you, okay? Because these spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself, okay? And the overall, message here is what? Love yourself first. Because why? Because you deserve love. And through forgiving and releasing and healing the past and releasing any sort of karmic relationships. These came out in a twin flame reading yesterday, and you watched me shuffle. This is bananas. Do you understand? Twins, divine partners, do you understand what I'm saying? The person, this soul connection you have deeply that came in your life and left, okay, quick, and you went back to these karmic relationships. This is what needs to be cleared and released. And you need to forgive and learn from the past that these karmic relationships that came in are not your direct counterpart. It's the person that you met and ignited you, okay? And now you're being pulled back because there's a magnetic connection between you two, and there always was. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, your affirmations bring you two together. So you intuitively know that this is your person. You called them in before you met them, okay? You met them, and they left. And that does not mean that you focus on when they're coming back. That means you go and you release all of these karmic relationships that you may have went back to. You release and heal the past. And how do you release and heal the past? By understanding how you deserve love. And you need to disconnect yourself from the world around you, because those are where the lower negative energies are coming from. Others. It's you in relation to you, and the person that you were connected to mirrored that, good and bad. And they didn't stick around to play it out with you and go back and forth and bump heads and yell at each other and fight about, what it is that you should be doing and shouldn't be doing in the relationship. That didn't go on in this relationship, because you cannot control another. You two didn't feel as if you could control each other, so you kind of just let it fall apart. And that is what these divine partnerships are about. It's about the control. There wasn't any. You just let it go apart because you didn't feel like you deserved it, and that is the lesson. Love yourself first. And why is that? Because you deserve love. And by staying optimistic about your love life, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance because you are in love with self. The divine will coordinate this heart-to-heart conversation in order to give this relationship a chance. It is divinely coordinated, as I always stated. Now, mental chatter, shut it off. It's not about that. Stop focusing on the other person and look within yourself for the answers and understand that the feelings were mutual, and so were the negative feelings. So you have to release the negative feelings. Why? Because that's what's blocking this, okay? And, oh my gosh, look at this, okay? Through understanding that your feelings were mirrored and they were mutual, what is going to happen by releasing these negative energies, okay? You are going to free yourself of the lower energies. This is where you're going to hold on one second. I'm sorry. I apologize again. Okay. Once you do this, okay, because the mental chatter, the feelings are mutual, but it's not focusing. Other people are not your focal points of the reason how you feel. It's you within. So go within and understand that the feelings that were radiated from this other person were the real deal Holyfield, okay? But so were the negative ones. And you didn't stick around each other in order to fight against each other. You kind of just let it go. And those negative emotions and those unfortunate events that happened really, really brought up those fears. And those fears did what? They blocked the reconnection. The reconnection is clogged because this was divinely coordinated, and your lesson to be learned through separation is self-worth, self-love. You got to get going and doing what it is that makes your heart and soul sing with joy. Okay? Not based off of others, based off of self. That's it. Don't question yourself. Do it. The doors will open. When you fight against it, that is when the doors don't open, which is why if you are feeling pulled to do something on a spiritual level, a spiritual-based career path, and you're trying to do something that's not spiritual-based, and you're hitting up against the wall, it's because the divine, the law of attraction, is not going to allow you through there because that is not why you're here, okay? So you need to free yourself of these lower energies, okay? Free yourself. Freedom. This is where abundance lies. Once you release this, here's your abundance, okay? Now we have the ambition to achieve success because now we are in tune with our truth. Truth, fairness, and honesty with self. This is also feminine energy, but also the intimacy card. So you need to go within yourself. Get into, this is for masculine and feminine, okay, energies. As I stated, I'm not going to read masculine versus feminine. But the ambition here to achieve success is getting in tune with your emotions, your emotional side. So we might have a feminine energy that is more cold and not in tune and stuck in mental chatter. Okay? This feminine energy needs to be in truth with theirself. Be honest with yourself. Okay? Now this could be for the masculine. The masculine, you're stuck in your head and you're pushing against the energies because you're fearful. You need to get in tune with your more, feminine side. You need to get in tune with your truth, yourself. Okay, that is where the truth lies. Okay, so through this is where now you're laying foundations for yourself for future success. This is where the development and the communication, this is verbal communication, trip by car, laying foundations for future success. This is the four corners of the universe. Okay, we can look at this in that way too because it's a foundation laying. And this is where the developing of this relationship starts to really take heed here. This is where the victory lies. Do you want to know why I freaked out there for a second? Because you got all 410s completion of a inner cycle in regards to these divine and twin flame connections. This is completion, and you are approaching this completion by the pressure. You're feeling forced to break down because you were mirrored images of each other. You're breaking it down. You're going to be victorious over the negative emotions, freeing yourself, getting on your path. Completion of karmic energies. Complete ending in order to have a new beginning, and this is where new movement comes, and now you are in union with your soul self, and this is where union comes back around, full on circle. This is not a coincidence, my friends. My readings are not coincidental whatsoever. I'm an intuitive energy reader. My cards guide me in order to give you guys also visuals here. My cards every single last one of them, tie together. The lessons are always there and clear. The guidance comes through me, and the cards guide me in order to give you the best advice in these relationships, because I'm not reading for 1, 2, 3 people. I'm reading for a majority of people who are wondering about their twin flame and soulmate. And if you're in a karmic relationship and you left the lover of your soul or your divine counterpart, and you went back to a karmic relationship that was already apart, and you met this person and you just kind of faded away, where you didn't fight against each other or stick in a karmic cycle, which is fighting against each other in order to tell the other person how they are supposed to love you and vice versa. That is karmic relationships. That is not a divine partnership. That is not a twin flame. My twin flames know who they are. You know who you are on a deeper level. My divine partnerships, the lovers of your soul, you know who this person is too, because you never felt this way about someone before in your life. You don't understand what happened and why your connection fell apart because there wasn't a fight. Okay, these are the partnerships that are meant to come back together, and they will. Okay, but this is the work that is coming through under these energies, and it has been, that needs to be done in order to get here. You got to complete this, and this is not a coincidence that you got all 4 10s in this reading. Not one single coincidence here. So I'm sorry that this video is long. I hope that it helped anybody out there if you watched the whole thing. And you know that I love you guys, and I will be back probably later on this evening with, some more uploads and videos. So I love you guys. Thank you very much. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Bye.